Well, well, well. Hey, how's it going? I know we have a couple of folks watching right now. We're actually, this is the night of first light. What's that mean? It means that we have a new telescope, and it's operational right now, and we're looking at Betelgeuse. This star here should be so much brighter in the view, and it's not because it's fading away, and astronomers around the world don't really know yet. Hi, Marianne. Yeah, hey, Dalai. Well, it's okay. I'm glad you stopped by, Marianne. I didn't think I was going to be streaming tonight because the telescope was giving me a few issues. But again, it's a brand new system, so time to, try to figure it out, which is what I did. So we'll see what happens. And while I'm here, I'll show you something. We're going to take a 30-second photo. When we take 30-second photos, and it'll be 30 seconds of Betelgeuse here. One of the things that happens is the telescope can't keep up with the tracking. At least the other one didn't. This one has an automatic tracking system, and we're going to try that. I've been testing it like crazy, and Daryl is on with us. Hey, Daryl.
Hi, Mark. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Tim F.
How much hair you got left, Mark, since you started fooling with this thing?
Yeah, what Daryl's trying to imply is the truth. It is really been a chore to try and get this telescope to work right, but we've been getting it to work right, and I was calibrating the automatic guiding system. That's what I'm working on, and everything that we get off of it now, as you can see, this is Betelgeuse right here. You can see this was a 30-second shot, and it looks gorgeous. The stars are nice pinpoints. Look at all those stars. Reminds me of 2001 A Space Odyssey. My God, it's full of stars, Right. So, as you can see, it works really well, and you got the little tiny stars down here. These little tiny stars that are right here. A little, really cool little string of stars. There's lots of strings like that you'll see in the universe, which is kind of cool. Hey, Daisy and Zoe. I'm so glad you're here, too. If you feel honored, I feel even more so that you take the time to come out and spend it with us. This is the new instrument, the new telescope. This one is in SkyTour East, and we are testing it here in SkyTour East on our pier. We have it up on the telescope pier, so we're using this telescope. And then when all the bugs are worked out and I'm finished with the circuitry, I wrote a lot of the programming for it yesterday. We are going to move it to Arizona. And I want to, of course, give a great big shout out to Marianne. She has been doing some legwork out there for me. Just amazing. Getting concrete folks for us, and we're looking so forward to pouring the entire floor of the observatory in February, the next month when I go out. So I'm thinking this is going to be really good. It's really excellent to have someone there who lives there, who knows the area, and so she's been very helpful. So big shout out to Marianne on that. So this is Betelgeuse.
Marianne?
Yes?
I'm sorry, Marianne, do you know how to work on telescopes yet? I bet you will learn.
That's funny. That is so funny. Hey, Headband Harvest, welcome. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, hey, watch slowly. This is Betelgeuse we're looking at right now. And I'm really pretty sure that that Marianne will probably learn how to operate on telescopes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I still think there'd be good money in that. Telescope tech at your service because I know you're not by any long shot going to be the only remote observatory down there.
No, actually, that's true. In fact, I'm learning about more every day.
Yeah.
there's two in Rimrock. There's one that is actually in Colorado. That a guest of Lee Spiegel, who's gonna be on KGRA and on Lee Spiegel's show. He's gonna be on with Lee. He's from the astronomical society. So he's actually kind of he's a guy that has his own observatory as well. I mean, you can't beat it. You got to see the beautiful night sky. And if you want to see the night sky, well, I can help you, because we can always bring up our handy dandy planetarium here, and we can actually show where we are in the sky. You see the live view on the left, okay, and then you see this view of the planetarium on the right. And where are we? Well, right now we are up at Betelgeuse, up here, and so we will be able to move around again using the telescope this way. I'm just still doing some calibrations as we speak. That's why you see the scope icon moving around. So let's go take a look at some of the things down here. Let's go down to Alnitak. Now the telescope operates a little bit differently. Hi, Marco. And the way it operates is that it will go to a nearby bright star, and it will get its bearings, and then it will take off to the other object that we're trying to find. It doesn't have to do that, but in fact, I have the alignment of the scope very, very precise. So precise, in fact, that even at high power, the intended star was dead center during alignments. But again, as it moves around during the night, it changes subtly. Not such a big deal, all right? But let's go now to Alnitak, the leftmost star in the Orion belt of 3. And Alnitak is a really pretty star. And just so you see, you can tell that right now, the telescope is heading up to Bellatrix. And it's going to center Bellatrix. That's what it's doing over here. It's moving Bellatrix, okay? And it's going to center it in its view. And then it's going to use that coordinate as the jump-off point. All right, so you're watching it drift around in here. The telescope is auto-centering Bellatrix up here. And then it does this. And this is sort of like right before it goes racing on down to Alnitak. All right, and there it goes. And now we come down, and Alnitak will now show up. And there is Alnitak right there. So you can see how this is working. It's actually kind of a two-stage process, and it makes it so we're able to find objects that are extremely, extremely difficult to find. We'll be able to see them, and we go to a nearby star, and from that we make very, very careful jumps. Now the algorithm is built in, so we don't have to do that, because so there's no errors. But we're here now, and we're at Alnitak, so let's take a look. All right, if I move us over a little bit to the east, all right, and then we pause it and go down a little bit. All right, so right there. So now we just have to now allow the tracking software to get a lock, which it's doing now, and then we can actually start taking our pictures. And let me tell you, they're coming out great. Daryl saw a couple. So we're gonna we're gonna come down here. We're gonna drop down to 20,000, and we'll do a 30-second photo. We could do many minutes now. That's the whole point. And usually the telescopes are way out of whack when you try to do that. But we'll figure it out. Genghis Khan, what's going on? That's right. Huzzah to the new telescope. That's right. This one, Genghis has this automatic tracking feature, so we'll be able to auto guide our exposures. You'll notice in the past I've said, "Oh, that exposure is not so good. We got to do it again." Well, now it's going to be automatically done, And this is the Arizona telescope that we're using right now, but here in Connecticut. It's on our pier here in Connecticut for testing. Wow, look at that.
Just like that.
That's Alnitak right there. And this is the Flame Nebula. Isn't that pretty? And you'll notice something new about this telescope. You'll notice how the stars are clear all the way to the edge. Remember the other scope had little teardrop shapes when it got out here? That is something called coma. And we don't want coma. Coma's bad. Okay? Coma be bad. But this is nothing here. We don't have that. We actually have an ACF optics. They're called Advanced Coma Free. You'll notice how blue Alnitak is. This is blue like this because Alnitak is one of the hottest stars in the sky. It's in the spectral class range OBAFGKM. Yes, I know that's Amanda's role, but I had to say it. She may join us later, she said. The O stars are the hottest and the bluest. And we're talking about, between 40 and 50,000 Celsius or Kelvin. I mean, these are very, very hot stars. So that said, this Flame Nebula is a diffuse cloud of hydrogen gas that's being excited by stars in the area. And Daryl says it's Alnitak that's exciting it. And you know what? I just haven't looked it up. It might be Alnitak that's exciting it. He could be right. So it's possible.
I seem to remember reading that somewhere.
Yeah, I know. You could be right. You could be absolutely right. But this is really kind of pretty. And this is giving us. And so what you got to understand, by the way, folks, we are doing this is testing as well. We're doing testing. All right. So we are spending some time trying to do shakedown on the telescope, make sure it's working right. So that's part of what you're seeing here. You're seeing this, seeing us do this. So hopefully you don't mind. Yep. Hello, Kimmy. How are you? Hey, live Arizona skies. How you doing? I'll be out there in February pouring the foundation for the observatory building. Indeed. It's going to be really cool. So let's head back to our cameras and take a look at our planetarium and go somewhere else. We looked at Betelgeuse earlier, guys, but we'll check it out again. Let's check out Casper the Friendly Ghost Nebula. I want to find that again because that's actually a lot of fun. So we're going to go here. And again, when you see us go there, you're going to see how the telescope, which has this reticle here, is going to end up going to a bright star first. Okay, in this case, it's going to jump to Bellatrix. And it's going to align itself on Bellatrix. And it automatically knows where Bellatrix is. And it knows when it's centered because it's watching. All right, it's a vision system. So it's going to come down, then it's going to come up. And as soon as it moves to the left one last time, all right, here it goes. And now as it moves to the left, then it's going to go shooting off to the nebula. And there it goes. So it's pretty cool. Marianne, thank you for coming out. I know you have to go to sleep because you have to be up early to nail all the bad guys. I'm still here. I was just yes, but to bring the music up just a little bit. Okay, so now we're at the Casper the Friendly Ghost Nebula. But we don't see it, but because of the accuracy, it should be right about here when we actually do the photo. And we'll do another 30 seconds at 20,000 here. So progress on the Arizona site is coming along. I've got someone out there that's going to help build it, and we literally have a concrete truck apparently that's going to be coming in to pour our foundation, the concrete pad actually. So the building's going to be 11 feet long and 11 feet wide, and we're thinking it's going to be a flat top roof. Wow, this is really pretty. A flat roof. So being a flat roof, it's going to give us the opportunity to minimize some of the costs and make it easier to roll the roof off. And that's good for Arizona. Look at this. You can actually see some really nice little dark nebulae in here. This was elusive last time because we actually were only exposing for about 20 seconds. Let's try something else. I'm not sure if this will work, but we're going to go back here and we're going to try the dreaded 1 minute shot. Okay, so what I have to do is just set it up for 1 minute. So I'm going to go to bulb shooting and say 0 seconds there and 1 minute here. I discovered that this control program actually has a hidden shutter setting where you can hold it open as long as you want. So here we go. We're going to go 1 minute here and see if it works. Now, I know that 1 minute is pushing it, but I know someone that has this same system, and they're doing 5 and 6 and 10 minute shots without any problems. So it's a matter of calibration and balance. So we're going to do both. Right now, we haven't done a lot of either of those things. But I like seeing how something works out of the box, before we actually start monkeying with its design. What do you think, Daryl? You think this one's going to work or no?
It looks like you're well on your way.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens for a minute. And if a minute works, maybe we'll do 2 minutes.
Hey.
Hey there, Humpty Bumpty-Bah. How are you? Good to have you here. Yeah, I'm pretty. I'm very excited about how this telescope is starting to perform. Oh my! Look at that.
Wow.
1 minute is perfect. Wow.
Very nice.
Folks, this represents a first. We've never been able to take a 1 minute shot hands off on this telescope until tonight. And now look at the detail in there. You have more detail. You can see a Mission Nebula. Oh, man. And it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Oh, boy. You know what I want to...
Dark cloud at the upper right.
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And another one here. Let's see if I can do a little operation on that. See if we can bring on any more detail here. Let's see. Actually, there's something else that I have been doing, which I'm going to spring on you now. This is another aspect of this whole system. All right, and it's right here. This is I'm in an editor now with this image, and I can now take this image and I can now color correct it right here on the spot, because people don't like that annoying blue. So let's turn it into what it's supposed to be. We can make it into what it is in the sky. And we can also play with some of the settings here. And let's see. Yeah, it just goes on and on. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the star to the nebula's upper left near the top has faint nebulosity around it, and you got another little dim patch over at about 4 o'clock from the main nebula too.
You mean here?
Yes.
Yeah. and then maybe here. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. It is beautiful. Yeah. We can actually.
You got your work cut out for you.
I know.
Have to shoot and stack a bunch there.
I know. Well, now that we can do it, we can. I'm not gonna do like a bunch of 1 minute shots with everybody here watching, because that's boring for them. I guess so. I'll try and do that later. Well, anyway, so this shows you kind of what we're looking at here. This is really pretty, and then this is how it was originally, and then this is with a little bit of modification, and this is just for that. Look at those stars up there. There's more nebulae up here. Holy cow, this is gorgeous. I think I hit the magic number for this system. I've never done a successful 1 minute shot with the system, so I can't believe I'm going to do this. You know what I'm going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm going to do now?
No, I don't.
I'm going to do a 20-minute shot. No, I'm going to do a 2-minute shot. I got to see the limits. We're testing, and you folks are coming along for the ride. We're testing the system. So here we go. All right. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Get your stuff together. Hey, Dan Delaire, how you doing? Dan is another Connecticut guy here. He's out in the Danbury area, Danbury, Connecticut. Yeah, and Dan's asking how the tracking is. That the tracking was crappy earlier because I was working with the calibration, and now the tracking is like exquisite. While we're waiting for this shot, I can just take us over to this here. This is a 1 minute shot that we took earlier, and look at how the stars are perfect. And here's the other thing too. With this scope, it's easier to focus the stars perfectly because of the scope's capability. I have to work on the other one. The one that was out there is behind me on the table. I've already started rehabbing it. It's all apart right now behind me. Not apart, but opened up. I've changed a few components already. Really looks beautiful. This nebula, not the telescope, all broken apart on the back. But it's gonna go to this scope's gonna go to Arizona. And can you imagine the views? The views out there are going to be spectacular. I know because I've seen the site, been there, photographed before. So it's really something.
Do you remember what your latitude is there, Mark?
I do, and I can tell you here in just a second.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
No, that's fair enough. The latitude here is 33 north, 3340. Actually, if you want the exact latitude of the observatory, I can give you that. The exact latitude of the observatory is 33 degrees, 48 minutes, 5.27 arc seconds north.
All right.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about seeing Omega Centauri before, and sounds like it will be well above your horizon there. So
we're gonna see.
Can hardly wait.
I know. Flames of War, welcome. Jeff Lucas, how you doing, man? I missed your message. How are you? Oh, let's see. Now, let me go out here. Oh, see the 2 minute shot. You gotta still do some work. I got 1 perfect minute, and at 2 minutes, we're getting a little bit of travel. So I'm gonna have to do some more work and calibration. That's fine. I'm just very happy with what it was showing us to begin with, so I think we're in good shape. Alright, so let's see here. Bring back our view. Alright. That's not bad, though. I don't think that's bad. I think that's really quite good for what we have here. I did not expect that as good as that. Oh, hey, I know. Why don't let's go back to Alnatok and let's do 1 minute on the Horsehead Nebula. What do you say?
Sure.
Want to do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. All right, so let's go to Sigma Orionis, which is your favorite star.
One of them.
One of them, yeah. All right. So we should be moving, and we are. Now we're, again, not going directly to Sigma Orionis yet. We have to go to, in this case, we're going to Saiph. And it's going to align Saiph, and then from there it's going to go exactly to Sigma Orionis. Hey, Laura Newbert. Welcome. Yep. So we're going to have SkyTour East, and we're going to have SkyTour West, all the way across the continent. And both will be remote observatories. We'll be able to run both. And I'm actually not sure, but I think we might be able to do that at the same time. So if there's anything that, like looking at the moon, for instance, when we look at the moon, we're going to see some pretty cool things, you know. And I have a feeling that we'll have a good time because we'll be able to see the moon a little bit differently from Arizona, you know, as from Connecticut, say. All right, so here, what we're seeing now is Sigma Orionis right here. And we're going to be, okay, we're locked in now. That's good. So now I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to move us a little bit to the east because I want to put Sigma Orionis right near the edge. And that will give us, nearly give us, we want to get the Horsehead in view. And if I have Alnatok in view, Alnatok is, Alnatok is just out of the picture up here. And so if we were to bring Alnatok into the view, let's see, go a little more east here, and then go north.
I have a question about that moon comet when you have a moment.
Yeah. And there's Alnatok.
If you could score simultaneous images from, say, Connecticut and Arizona, the slightly different angle of the dangle, could you sort of construct a stereogram?
Absolutely. That's where I'm going with this. We could get a stereo view, that is a 3D view of the moon. And that's the idea. Now, both images will have to be normalized because they're going to be on a circular globe, or that's a spherical globe, and they will have a slightly different angle, and we'll have to normalize them to each other. But then we'll be able to create 3D views of the moon because we're using identical telescopes. Well, nearly identical. You know? Okay, so let's see here. Arizona skies. Earth ain't flat. Yes, actually it is, but we don't tell anybody. Okay, this is going to be a 1 minute shot. I'm not going to do 2 here. I will have to just sadly forego the 2 minutes until I can calibrate more. Hey, but we're on our way, aren't we? We are on our way. Okay. Oh yeah, the GoFundMe site was GoFundMe for it was SkyTour LiveStream. We've actually received in excess of our goal already. I can't believe it. there's a lot of people out there that are really excited about science and astronomy. And so I can't believe the overwhelming support, No, it's not on Facebook. It's at GoFundMe. It's the website GoFundMe. Laura, you can see it there. It's it's been really good. I did not want to do it because I didn't feel that. I felt like it was like begging, But so I figured I'd offer. What the heck? What the heck happened here?
Oh, that's the horsehead.
Yeah, and very clear too, if I might say. But looks like we got a little something going on over here. That can't be the dome, because it'd be constant. I don't get that. That is weird. That's actually pretty clear, isn't it? That's really got good contrast.
Looks like, yeah. Maybe you're slightly overexposed.
Well, maybe. Maybe. Let's see here. No, I don't want that. I want this guy and this guy. Wow. Yeah, something happened down here. I don't know what happened. I'm going to figure that out because normally we don't see that. Boy, this is. I'm amazed. This is looking pretty interesting. Wow. All right. So what that tells me is that I'm gonna have to go out and check out the dome. I got to make sure that everything is all right with the dome. I'm sure it is, but I'll leave this up while I go back out there.
You want me to entertain the audience while you're gone?
Oh my, absolutely. You're very entertaining. Actually, you know what? You might want to tell folks about the first time in 25 years that we'll be able to see 5 planets all in a row by the end of the month. Mercury.
We are?
Yeah, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter.
They're Mercury and Venus will be on the east side of the sun.
Well, it's an early morning.
In the evening sky.
This is a pre-dawn thing.
Saturn just passed behind the sun and has now come out in the morning sky, but it's very close to the sun. Jupiter did a few weeks ago, and Mars is farther over to the west, all in the morning sky. Mercury just moved to the evening sky. It passed the other way behind the sun, actually a little bit below it, but you could say it went behind the sun, and it's now moving up in the evening sky with Venus after sunset.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back, okay?
Sure.
All right.
Laura, I could talk about Betelgeuse, I guess. I have been watching it every clear night. If you're familiar with the star Aldebaran, the bull's eye in the Hyades in the constellation Taurus, Aldebaran is now, Betelgeuse is now dimmer than Aldebaran. And it's kind of eerie looking if you're familiar with, what the sky looks like up there, or should look like. What we're used to, Betelgeuse is quite dim right now. Betelgeuse is sort of a variable star. It pulses on long time scales. It gets brighter and it gets dimmer, but its brightness has been dropping for months or more for a while now, and it's the dimmest they've seen it in 25 years of continuous monitoring of the star. A lot of people like to talk about, golly, is Betelgeuse finally going to go supernova? It is a good supernova candidate, but is this really it happening? Probably not. But who knows? I mean, we may see something happen here in the coming months. Betelgeuse is 720 light years away or something like that. It could have happened 719 years ago, and the wavefront of light just has not reached us yet. So maybe we're going to get to witness something spectacular.
Oh, you talking about Betelgeuse now?
Yeah, Laura
asked.
Newbert.
Yeah.
Laura Newbert asked.
Yeah. We'll probably go check out Betelgeuse one more time, Laura. I know. When the lunar eclipse happened in January, we were very lucky to capture the meteor hitting the moon at the height of the eclipse, and that's a once in a lifetime. So that was pretty cool. But think about this. If we look at Betelgeuse now, and Carolina's sky is right on target here. If you think about it, Betelgeuse is up to 700 light years away. So what we see now happened 700 years ago. All right, because that's light speed, the speed of light in a year, right? 6 trillion miles, and it's gone 700 of those 6 trillion mile segments. So literally. We're talking about very old events. Everywhere we look in the universe, we're seeing it as it was, not as it is. The universe we see would look remarkably the same, but some things might be different. Betelgeuse might not even be there right now. In the intervening 700 years, Betelgeuse could have gone supernova. It's going to. But when it does, it's going to leave a mark. But not on us. We're safe. We're safe here. So if there was a star that was maybe 4 light years, 5 light years away, that could possibly injure us. Look at that. I got trails. How come? Oh, I don't like that. Look at that now. We got another. That looks like a contrail, actually. Okay, I don't know why that happened here. All my big talk, and now I'm getting problems with the view. That's okay. I'm sure it's nothing. We have to just let it acquire. Probably didn't acquire in time. I was telling Daryl before we went live that and he knows this too. Betelgeuse is a certain brightness, and that brightness depends on 2 main things: the temperature and the radius. The larger the radius of a star, the more the brighter it is, and we call it intrinsic brightness. And the name we call it by is luminosity. And the luminosity of Betelgeuse is absolutely immense. It's tens of thousands of times the sun's. And if you put it where the sun is, if you saw our broadcast on SkyTour Radio, we did with KGRA-DB online, we did it with visuals. You saw us put Betelgeuse right where the sun is, and it went out almost to Jupiter. That's how big Betelgeuse is, all right, and that's all star. So, if Betelgeuse, if you see Betelgeuse with your eyes, you'll notice something really strange. Betelgeuse is not a spherical star. No, it's not flat. It's actually lumpy. It has these large convection cells. And that's something that's pretty odd. And I think that's pretty cool to see it. We actually have images of Betelgeuse, which are really, really astonishing. And I think they're really cool. Here's a beautiful shot of the horsehead. This is a 1 minute exposure. As I said, we couldn't do 1 minute exposures before. This, I thought it was a contrail. I think it's actually a lens flare from possibly Sigma Orionis. Yes?
I think you're right. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Sigma Orionis into the picture and let it play around too. Let it be here and have fun. Yeah, okay. So now Sigma Orionis is in the view, and that's it down there. And did I tell you it was Daryl's favorite star? One of.
One of.
Yeah, exactly.
Sigma Orionis is a really pretty multiple star system, just a little bit below the belt of Orion.
Mm-hmm.
And Sigma Orionis is what's actually illuminating the red gas nebulosity you see silhouetting the horsehead.
Yep. This is Sigma right here. And this is the gas that Daryl's talking about right now that is being caused to glow by the hot stars that form the Sigma Orionis little complex there. Really cool. Hey, D. Smith. Hey, Cindy Murphy. Welcome to SkyTour LiveStream. This is the first light stream for the telescope that we're testing here in Connecticut at SkyTour LiveStream East. And it's going to be moved to SkyTour LiveStream West once we get all the bugs worked out. And if tonight is any indication, that is going to happen fairly soon. Update for those that joined us just a few moments ago. In February, just around February 26th or so, or 23rd, we're having a cement truck come pour the concrete for the Arizona Observatory site pad for SkyTour LiveStream West. And then while that concrete is wet, we're going to lay down the template for the two piers that are going to go in there. The first pier is going to be for the telescope we're using right now and the views we're seeing here. And the second pier is going to be for a future telescope. And that future telescope could be one of your telescopes. If you have an idea and you want to be part of SkyTour LiveStream, we can make that happen. All right, let's see if this worked with Sigma Orionis. Oh, look at that. There's Sigma Orionis on the right there. Oh, look at that. That's really, really bright and hot. And there's the beautiful Horsehead Nebula. I'm pretty happy about that. I still don't know what that little line is.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is. That's really odd. Well, I can tell you this. This is being a 1 minute shot. This is very different from what we normally can do at SkyTour LiveStream. So we've actually updated this system. Look at all the stars in there. You can see all these many little stars in here that we just couldn't see before. It's got stars beyond stars. Oh, gosh, I just want to take a picture of the Andromeda Galaxy, but I can't. I don't believe I can. Well, let's go see where anything is. We might find a really cool galaxy we can take a picture of. You know, I'm pretty sure we can. Somewhere along the way. What do you think, Daryl?
Keep your fingers crossed. Andromeda is getting pretty far over in the west now.
I know. That's why I'm saying I don't know that it'll be... I don't know if it's something we'll be able to see. Yeah, that's behind my house, actually. My house belongs here.
How about M77 and Cetus? Cetus too far west for you too? It's close to Menkar in the head of the whale.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty far west for you by now also.
Yeah, we're looking. I'm trying to find. There's Cepheus. There is. Yeah. Yeah, this is. I don't even see Cetus.
If you see Aldebaran and Taurus, Cepheus will be to.
Well, Cepheus, I thought you said Cetus.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I did say Cetus. Blah blah. Got me doing it now. Menkar and Cetus is just a little bit to the west and maybe slightly south of Aldebaran and Taurus.
Okay. Well, then we should be able to see it because it's going to be right here. So we're talking about here.
Yeah, there's that's Menkar right there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's in the southwest.
Yeah. Maybe getting too low for you. I'm 2 hours behind Mark, people. Mark's in Connecticut. I'm in Colorado, so
yeah.
I mean, it's only 7:52 here. It's 9:52 where he is.
Yeah. My, oh my.
Oh, other galaxies in that part of the sky.
How about...
What about the Pleiades?
Well, we can look at the Pleiades, too.
Not a galaxy, but...
No, I might have to move
it's a show.
I'll have to move the
showpiece.
dome, though. I think
I'll
have to move the dome. I mean, I'm okay with that. See, there's the opening right there, and I'm looking right now. Where am I looking? I'm looking at. I'm down.
To get back over closer to Orion, the tip of the eastern horn of the bull, Crab Nebula, of course.
Yeah, up there. Yeah. We might be able to catch that. Let's check it out, shall we?
Yeah.
We'll go check that out. All right, the horsehead was beautiful tonight, and for those that missed it, it's this right here. There it is, right there, the horsehead nebula. That was what we saw, and it was a 1-minute exposure, which is actually something that we don't get a chance to do typically, but we could this time because of the fact that we managed to take care of getting an auto-tracking telescope along with everything else. And Dandelier, yes, Ursa Major has a few galaxies in it too, but it's kind of low right now. I thought of that too, Dan. That was a great idea. All right, so right now we are sitting up here looking at the Crab Nebula. We got a whole bunch of stuff up here to look at, so we'll just play around up here for a while, shall we? All right, so let me look at what the telescope is seeing. I'm thinking that if we're looking straight up like that, we may not have the ability to lock. See, we're in Arizona. We're going to have a roof that just rolls right off the building. It'll be fully exposed to the sky. So we're not going to end up having to worry about things like domes. The dome gets in the way sometimes. You know how it does. And I've got to go out and move the dome. I purposely haven't motorized it because the plan was I wasn't going to be using that long term. But it was nice having a dome, and yes, it can be motorized. They actually sell motor kits for this very dome. But I just don't think it's worth it. It's nice to have a dome. It's nice to have this big white minion on my front lawn. We dressed it up as Stuart the Minion for Halloween. Very funny. Okay. So let's see now. We're doing a 1 minute. And if this comes out okay, it means that we got a lock. And we could actually use the star lock system to guide. If not, if it looks like it has movement in it, then oh my God. Look it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, very nice.
Wow. Oh. Holy cow.
That's better than I ever saw the other scope do it.
Wow.
A lot of detail in there.
Wow.
Excellent.
This I'm sorry, folks. I'm beside myself. This look at the colors. I mean, the crab does have this red fringe. You can see the filaments in there. Oh my God! Look at this. Oh! This is yeah. You know, D. Smith, you got it right. You know what we're gonna do? We are going to take a few shots of this, and we're gonna stack them, and we are going to present you guys with an amazing. Look at! I just can't believe that.
Excellent.
That is, I've never taken a picture this good.
Aren't you glad you brought me along tonight?
I am very happy you came along, yes. Yeah. Look at
Golly,
the Crab Nebula.
Look at it.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That's really cool.
This makes our night, man. This makes our night.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And let's see what this is at 20,000 ISO. That's the sensitivity. I can back that off to maybe Nah, you know what? I can get rid of the noise. Oh man, I've been stunned. Those of you that were with us the night that I saw the Veil Nebula for the first time with SkyTour LiveStream, it was actually the first time in my life I had seen the Veil. And oh, look at this. There, look at that. There's these some of these filaments are more defined each time. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I think that's great.
Now Dan Delaire, he says maybe this one's just in Connecticut. It's funny. No, Dan, maybe I should get another one for Connecticut. Okay. No, this. Huh?
I knew that was going to happen.
No, maybe. No, not at all. I'm gonna take another shot here. I am just astonished. I mean,
maybe you should get the 14-inch made for Arizona.
Too late. I bought another one identical to this one. I mean, to this, the one that's the one we're using is the one I bought for Arizona. Is what I mean.
Oh, well, yes.
Hi, Nancy W.
What I'm saying is,
yeah.
If you ever win lottery,
keep
maybe.
This one here and put a 14. Oh, okay. Yes, there's no you're right. I mean, Mead has a 16 too, and actually have a 22.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought 14 was their biggest. I'll have to look those up.
Yeah, there's a 16 and a 22. The 16 looks like, I mean, you can need a crane to put that up on a pier.
I'm sure.
Wow. Oh, look at this. Look at those colors.
That's excellent. Yeah.
Wow. Now, I have to point something out. We've taken pictures of the Crab Nebula in the past. We took it with the other telescope, which was an f6.3. What's that mean? An f6.3 telescope has a wider field and photographically is a little faster than this telescope. However, you'll notice that the Crab Nebula was only about half the size that we see here in the other telescope. Here it's bigger and more detailed. That means more pixels on the sensor being used to capture data. So we automatically see better data. Automatically. I mean, I'm staring like a little kid here. This is, wow. Look at that. This is just beautiful. Wow. I see a few little artifacts in the star images. They're a little bit elongated, but that's something that we can deal with. Gosh. Oh, and by the way, for people that don't know, some of you do, the Crab Nebula, oh, look at that, is actually a supernova remnant. It's the remnant of a star that literally exploded. And it exploded in the year 1054 AD, and Chinese astronomers actually saw it do so. And when it did, it became a daytime object. There was a new star in the sky in the daytime, and it was this star right there that you can see in there, the remnant, I should say. And what's left behind is something called a pulsar, and it rotates. Now, pulsars are, they're smaller than the Earth. They're bigger than Manhattan. They vary in size depending on their mass. But pulsars spin very rapidly. The record spin for a pulsar, I believe, is over 700 times in a second. Now, that is absolutely mind-blowing. But it does happen in the universe. The universe blows our minds all the time. And the Crab pulsar, I believe it spins at a leisurely rate of what? Is it 13 or 33? I forget.
I think it's about 30 times a second.
Yeah. So and every time it comes, every time it rotates in our direction, there happens to be this little hot radiation spot on the surface of the remaining pulsar, and that it washes by us every time it spins, and so we actually see this radiation spike. Wow.
Yeah, there is a time-lapse video of it out there that they compressed or whatever you do to you can actually see the thing flashing.
That's right, and they add sound to it too, and it goes they actually added like a sound. It's actually the sound of the radio interference. Remember, radio waves are also light, which is kind of strange. People don't realize that, but it is. It's true. Radio waves are light. It's just a long wavelength. Longer wavelength light. Boy, oh boy. I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Look at that, huh? Hey there, Bobby. Bobby's joined us. And the Keene tribe is here. Hey, what's up? They're in Alaska. Gosh, that's a lovely country. My uncle lived in Alaska for many years. And I have other friends up in Alaska. They live near Kodiak Island, actually. Oh, look at those colors, Daryl.
Yes.
Jeez, look at those colors.
Yeah, the filaments, dark bands.
Yeah.
The colors kind of looks sort of like a little darker area to the lower left side of it.
Over here?
No, that's really, yes.
Wow. That's just something.
It is.
And those stars.
That's great. That's great right there where you just zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah, those stars are beautiful. Yeah. They're coming out okay. The
Excellent.
only reason it looks a little fuzzy, guys, is because there's a little noise in the image. But guess what? I'm going to get rid of that. I can see this done, and I am just I'll stay up all night if I have to. I mean, this is beautiful.
Kid with a new toy.
More than that. Kid with a new weapon of science.
Hey, I think it's great. This is excellent right here.
A new weapon of science, man.
And over there on the right side, you've got like a little light filament. Looks like it's looping all the way around a dark.
Yeah, right there.
Area.
This thing.
Just to the left of that.
Oh, okay, like here.
Yes.
Okay, well, I know what you're trying to. Oops. Oh, and that's a little mistake. So we're gonna get rid of that. Nothing to see here.
Mark, excuse me. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me for just a second, please.
Sure thing. Okay. Wow, that is just something. I'm amazed. Oh. Hey guys, thank you for coming on out tonight and joining me for this. This has been tremendous. This is the first light for the new telescope. This will be the telescope that we will be using in Arizona. Set it up on the pier here at SkyTour East, and I have it out there. And this particular scope is a Meade 10-inch f8, so 10-inch diameter, running at a photographic speed of 8, which is the focal length. F ratio is f8, and the telescope is has an auto guider built in, and sometimes if the auto guider fails, it's because there's an obstruction that comes into the view, and we might be seeing that we saw in this previous shot that I just deleted. If this next shot comes out okay, then that was just a spurious shot. But that's the problem with the dome. It only has a opening that's so wide, and you got to make room for both the guiding telescope and the main telescope to see, and that's sometimes problematic. So if this one doesn't come out, it means that the dome, and there might be an appendage of the dome that's actually interfering with the guide scope, and that's what we'll see here in a minute. Literally a minute. It was 1 minute shot, I think. Oh, it's done. So it already came in. Sorry. And I didn't even notice it. It came in and it was perfect, and I didn't even notice it. All right, we got another one. So we're taking a whole bunch of these shots, and then we're gonna stack them together. Jeez, I cannot wait. This is really a very pretty supernova remnant. Hey, Shiver Canada, how you doing? This is actually an LX 600 from Meade. Yeah, the LX 850 is really beautiful. I looked at the 850 and I was thinking about it, but I really needed to find out if I could. I really had to see if I could find out what I could do for the Arizona Observatory. I had to get something out there that was going to be, substantial. The LX 850 is good, but I know how to run the LX 600 series. Look at that, our sky seeing just got, that was weird. It's the same. I thought it got bad for a minute, but it was alright. Right? I didn't have a problem, did I? No, not really. Yeah. It's actually supposed to get cloudy later, and so that's why I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, get these good shots done so I can then proceed to a new object. Hey, you know what we'll do? We'll go do we'll do the Pleiades after this, because we're right in the neighborhood. You know?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get some nice shots of that beautiful, beautiful brushed nebula. Well, the other thing I was going to tell you guys was this. In the other telescope, we only did like 20 or at the most 30-second shots. We're doing double that now. And you'll notice in the Crab Nebula that it takes a certain amount of time, and when data comes in, you'll see that now we get color somewhere in some places. And that's what we're seeing here. We're seeing this red fringe that it was elusive on the other images, but now we actually see this red fringe. If we could do longer exposures, which we will be able to once I calibrate, holy cow, can you just imagine? We're going to see all kinds of color in nebula that we normally didn't see as much color in. Not like the Orion Nebula. The Orion Nebula is an easy one. That's low-hanging fruit, you know. But boy, I'll tell you, this is something. I'm going to be going out to move the dome here shortly, Daryl.
Okay.
One more shot here. Hey, Papa Tom. Thanks for coming, man. Hey, Papa Tom, I was saying to everybody, this is first light for the new telescope. We're testing it here in Connecticut, and then we're moving it to Arizona. I've got all the packing here in my office with me, so it's on my pier out in the SkyTour East site here, just temporarily until I can get all the electronics built. I have some motor drivers to do things. Because give me an idea what you got to do. Okay, think about this. You want to have an observatory that you don't have to sit in to operate, right? So what are you going to do? One of the things you have to do is you need to, this picture's no good, you need to actually be able to take the roof off the building, okay? You got to be able to roll the roof off. Well, how do you do that if you're not there? You have to do it remotely. And how do you do that? Well, you do it with a microcontroller, a piece of circuitry that will actually do the work for you, but that you could initiate from thousands of miles away. And so I'll be installing that out there for rolling the roof off of the building. Now here's something else. The telescope has a cover over the end, as does the guide scope. Well, those covers have to come off. How do you bring the covers off and on? Well, I wrote a circuit to do that. Actually, I wrote a program, and I used something called a stepper motor, and that's going to go in very specific increments. So it'll be able to take the cover off the telescope and move it down out of the way, and you can go do your astronomy, and then at the end of the night, the telescope goes back to that parked position, well known to the telescope, and then the stepper motor will bring those covers back up and put them onto the opening and cover the telescope for the night. So that's done. And then I actually, oh, by the way, tonight is also the first night that we're actually running. Okay, we're getting some errors, and I'm thinking that the guide scope is being affected by the dome a little bit. So I'm going to run out. That one thing I have to say is when you take the pictures, we're using our camera. You notice how sometimes I have battery life to worry about. Well, no more, because I have actually hardwired now the power for the camera, and it's going to remain on the telescope 24 hours a day now, and it will be available at all times. So I no longer have to bring that out. There's just a few little things to do. I've got to, I got to make sure that I turn on and off the USB. I've got a special way to do that with a relay. And the same circuit that's moving the roof off the building and the same circuit that's closing and opening the telescope cover is also going to be able to do that. So it's a kind of an interesting thing. It's all automated. And so, that actually I wrote yesterday, and I tested it today, and it works really nice. And now I just have to go and, put it into the telescope building and actually try it out. So it's pretty neat. I can't wait to try it out. Hey, Dagger Spells, how you doing? So good to see you. I'm going to just take one more shot here, and then I will go and figure out if we've got something in the way. I think we do, because and it could just be a little flange on the shutter of the telescope that's in the way, and that could be enough to cause the guide scope to have errors. So we were getting shots like this, okay, of the Crab Nebula here. It's beautiful. And then we started getting these, and progressively, and I think that this progressive problem has to do with the dome has an obstruction that's showing up for these guys, and that's no fun. Oh, sure, prove me wrong. Well, hey, maybe I'm wrong, because now we've got a nice shot. All right, well, that's good news. So, oh no, maybe not. Okay, that was a previous shot. We're still waiting for this to come back. We'll see. Where are we going here? Is this the last one for now? Okay. Oh yeah. Well, how about that? Okay. It just went through some periodic problems. And it could be the drive goes through some periodic error. But that's okay. No, Genghis, he asked, does the pulsar draw in the webbing over time? Actually, there is a 100-year compendium of photos of the Crab Nebula, and you can actually watch it expanding. It's actually expanding outward. The pulsar is just high-energy radiation, which is causing you to see what you see. It's causing you to see this glowing gas here. And the filamentary nature of the Crab Nebula is due to the fact that space is not homogeneous. And as this material blasted away from the star, it probably did so in sort of a knotty, K-N-O-T-T-Y, a knotty way. Not naughty way, bad star, but a knotty way. And by doing that, it might have actually caused the filamentary structure, because these are areas where there are shock fronts, areas where material has plowed into other stuff in interstellar medium and slowed down. Meanwhile, other stuff behind it slammed into it. And that would heat it up and cause all kinds of things to happen, like other glows and everything. We're actually just taking some beautiful shots here of the Crab Nebula. It's almost like I don't know when to stop. Daryl, you got to make me stop.
Just one more.
Thank you. That's what I needed to hear.
I knew it. Somebody else said that earlier. Just one more.
I know. That's true. Hey, Papa Tom, yeah, put a telescope on the dark side of the moon. Well, there is no dark side of the moon, unfortunately. In fact, the side that is the far side, when we see the full moon, the far side is dark. But when we see the new moon, that is the near side, the side that we normally see, is dark. And the far side is now fully lit up on the other side of the Earth. We can't actually see it because it's on the other side of the moon at all times, because only one side of the moon faces us. But that's an interesting prospect, and I know that people have actually talked about lunar telescopes. Would it be worth it? Well, yeah, I mean, it could probably last longer. Oh my, look at this. It could probably...
Arthur C. Clarke wrote about lunar telescopes 60 years ago, I think.
That's right. Hey, Jim Smith. Hey, Color Sky. Yeah, I mean, it's so true. For those just joining us, this is the Crab Nebula, a supernova remnant in the constellation of Taurus. We are also in a first light condition. That is to say, we are looking through the telescope that is destined to move to Arizona. This is a new system that we're using here. As you can see, the stars are clear all the way to the edge. We have a beautiful view. The magnification is higher, and so the Crab Nebula in the other scope is only about half this size, but in this scope it's really bigger, and you can see all this wonderful detail. Oh, I cannot wait. Charles Smart, what's going on? Yeah, Charles.
That's excellent.
What?
So I think that image is excellent.
Oh gosh,
See so much detail.
I know.
Hopefully you'll share when
I will.
you stack them up.
I will.
Process it.
I will do so. Okay, you said only one more? Okay.
Just one.
I'm taking the one more image. Meanwhile, let's go look for something else to go see. Well, I don't know. We've got so many things out here. Yeah. Because right near the Crab, we also have M35, which is the beautiful... Oh, well, that might require... That's a Riga. That might work. Huh. I mean, we're very so close that we could probably go to the Flaming Star Nebula next. It's right close. And then we'll do the Pleiades, of course. If we look at where the sky converges, we'll see that the Flaming Star Nebula is right near the zenith. So that's not a bad thought, you know? Wow. And I just hope that we can... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I see haze. Oh, are we getting clouds? Ugh. This could be a problem. Folks, I'll be right back. I'm going to go check the status of our weather. We might just be an isolated cloud, or it could be the end, but we'll see. Daryl, entertain our wonderful troops. I'll be right back.
I'll try. Humpty, we have been having Starlink satellite processions here the last couple of nights. I managed to miss them both nights. There's another really good series going to happen tomorrow night, starting at about 5:40 my time, and it's going to run for, good grief, an hour or something like that. There's going to be a whole string of them that are about like 10 seconds apart. See the whole grand procession tomorrow night if the weather holds. Won't be able to see it if it's cloudy, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed for good weather tomorrow night. Maybe I'll feel different once I see one. I mean, it might be cool to see once or twice and then get old after a while. I really fear for the future of our skies with thousands of those things up there. They're going to be drawing a basket work all over the sky. But hey, I'd like to see it at least once.
Yeah.
Yes, Laura. For me, at least here, they're going to pass just under Venus tomorrow night. Tonight they passed just to the west of and above Venus, and tomorrow night they'll be a little below Venus, coming up a little farther in the south.
Okay, the verdict is, unfortunately, we have massive clouds moving in, and it's just like a hard-edged front that's pulling in. We're supposed to get snow after midnight here, so I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to close down for the night. I don't want to, but check out the view we end on. I mean, we've actually got a beautiful view of the Crab Nebula tonight, and I will process this pretty heavily tonight and make sure that I have this for you, because I want you to see it. But we actually, look at all the stars. I also did critical focusing, as you can tell. This is way better focus than we're typically able to get. I really like it.
I see so much fine detail.
Yeah.
Right on the edge in that image you have up now that, boy, when you stack them, this is going to be a quantum leap.
I think so, Daryl. I think so.
To the old telescope.
I think so. Well, you know what, folks? I hate to do this, but I felt like I was just getting started. We've only been an hour and just about an hour and a half in. But you know what? The darn clouds are saying, no astronomy for you. So, hey, I'm very happy with the performance of the telescope. It's a quantum leap to how it was, in the past days. I've had it running in past days, but I've only tonight managed to get the settings that I think are good for our purposes. But I'm very happy that you guys came out tonight. There'll be a lot more. But we do have a hard edge front, and it's actually, Orion is gone right now. And so if I were to take a picture right now, actually, I'll show you what I mean. Let's, instead of going the bulb, let's just do a short exposure here. Let's say 10 seconds. Look at that, 13 hours. It's weird. I'm getting, I'll have to tell you about this later, folks. I'm actually getting different exposure settings now that I didn't have before. I now have 13 seconds available and so forth, 15. I have 20 and 25 now, which I hadn't had before. I don't know what I changed to make that happen, but I'm glad I did, whatever it is. Anyway, okay, we'll do a 10-second shot just to give you an idea at 20,000 what we're looking at right now, so you can see for yourself. Thank you, Daryl, for wishing everybody those wonderful things, those wonderful wishes.
Oh, sure.
So check it out. That's what we got right now. That should be Crab Nebula, but instead it's clouds. So,
Wow.
yeah. Sorry, folks. But you know what? I don't view it as a blown night. Because look at that. This is absolutely beautiful. And if we go and look at a couple of others that we took, we had several of these, which look nice too. Not that particular one, but look at that horsehead. Now this is telling me that we've got a future in stacking some horsehead images as well, because some of these really came out pretty. And we'll be able to actually get a gorgeous view of the horsehead. But that's for another night. Okay. Oh, and earlier tonight, when I think it was just Daryl was on with me, we did this shot of the Orion Nebula. Just thought I'd show you that. Isn't that pretty? This was a 1 minute shot of the Orion Nebula. You can see this additional nebulous detail out here, down here, down here. There's so much to see in this nebula. Oh yes, this gets blown out in the middle, but you can see all this other stuff out here. And you'll notice the color, it's sort of bluish teal. You're looking at doubly ionized oxygen out here, O3. You're also seeing it right here, okay? Now, north of the Orion Nebula, up here, we had the Running Man, which is distinctly bright blue. I didn't take any photos of that tonight. But man, this was just a beautiful, beautiful night until the clouds rolled in. And earlier we took pictures of this. We took a picture of the Flame Nebula. Actually, well, not that one either. What was the one I wanted to show you that was actually better? Oh, you know what? This wasn't better. And it's because I changed the settings afterwards, after doing this shot. So that's why this one didn't come out too well. But we did come check out Alnitak earlier. And we also checked out Betelgeuse. Look at Betelgeuse. That's a future supernova right there, guys. Future supernova right there. You know? And here is Alnitak with the proper settings. The leftmost star in the belt of Orion. An 09.5 star, very, very bright. And responsible for making the potential for life anywhere around it in its environs absolutely zero. Stars like this, as bright as they are, they give off more light in the ultraviolet than they do in the visible light. That's pretty darn hot, considering that you get suntan and sunburn from ultraviolet light. So you can imagine what would happen. You wouldn't survive more than maybe 3 to 5 seconds in the light of Alnitak at a typical distance. And there is no habitable zone around Alnitak. No place where you could actually survive, and no place where there could be liquid water. It just wouldn't work. You know, you have to get out too far to get away from the ultraviolet, and by then you won't be in a habitable location. So if you notice this nebula, this is another one I wanted to show you. The flame at 1 minute shows all this excess detail in here. So the flame is definitely going to be a winter target for us. And really, really diving into this. I am so impressed with this. Wow.
I think it is safe to guess that you're going to be re-imaging everything you've ever shot before.
Who, me?
You? Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Yes. Yes, and this here we're gonna do Casper the Friendly Ghost Nebula. We're gonna do that one as well again. Yep. Oh, and by the way, this weird one, I figured out what it was. This right here, this weird artifact. I mean, normally the dome, you catch the edge of the dome, right? It makes this vertical bar of red on one part of the image. This is actually a little handle that you grab at the top of the dome to pull the shutter closed. And that's why this is red here. It's just sticking a little bit into the view. You can actually see more of it here, which is kind of odd. So this is an artifact, okay? So it really looks like this, okay? But when we move the thing, you know. But if you'll notice that the Horsehead Nebula looks gorgeous. Oh, man. I can tell you, I imaged the Horsehead with the other telescope. And with this telescope, I can see detail in this unstacked that I couldn't see until I stacked the other. So I think maybe 20 shots at a minute apiece for the Horsehead Nebula might be pretty good. Stacked? Oh, man. Yeah, I think we're talking about a whole new world, folks. Anyway, okay, I will stop going on and on here, but I will make sure that I take care of stacking what I can, especially this guy right here. Wow. I mean, that, absolutely stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. All right. Okay, folks. Thank you so much. I will be back on the next clear night, but for now I have to go hunker down and lock up the telescope and get it ready for a winter storm. But until then, just make sure when you go outside, look up, will you? Because it's really pretty up there. There's a lot to see. So I will talk to you guys the next time we get together, and I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but that next time we'll have this scope. We'll have this scope still because I still have to wait for the observatory to be finished out in Arizona. So once I'm closing in on that, I'll be able to bring this telescope out. And then we're going to be under a fully dark sky. Now, for those that know the Bortle, sky brightness system, that's B-O-R-T-L-E, Bortle. This location is in an area where the sky is dark blue. All right, that means it goes from dark blue to dark green to lighter green to darker yellow to lighter yellow to oranges and then to reds and then to white. Downtown Phoenix is white. The desert is black. Okay, we're at the fringe. We couldn't go too far into the desert. You know why? We need power. We got a stream. So we had to just, do a compromise. And I think going to a purple, dark green location is not a bad compromise, considering I've seen the skies. I've photographed Orion in a t-shirt and shorts. No, anyway. Hey, Karen Belmont. Karen's here. All right, folks. And Rockstar, hey, you missed the party, I think. I hope you...
He's been here quite a while.
Oh, fantastic. I just saw you now. I apologize. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a good night. Daryl and I'm sure Daryl wishes you a pleasant tomorrow, just like Chevy Chase. Remember, good night and have a pleasant tomorrow. Or what did he say? Good night and... I forget what he said. But anyway...
Good night, everybody.
All right. We'll see you guys later.